Mainstreet, guys. So over the last few videos
that we've all been chasing.
Look, we were looking at Kalala,
like what we're trying to do with our consignment store.
Have with us something, and the fact that
Welcome back to the Mainstreet podcast. On this episode, we want to do something a little bit different. It's something that we've been meaning to do for a while, and we figured that we're usually sitting with enthusiasts and major sneakerheads and people who are extremely aware of the culture. But there's a whole different side of this space that we propagate in being financially sound, as ironic as that may sound. So we thought it would be best to discuss this with someone who is completely out of this space and just does not care about it at all, but still understands the general workings of financial markets. Vivan works in the same space as us here, and we work in Bombay, and we have him on. He runs a pretty cool company called ShareAcre, which, why don't you introduce?
We guys sell property. So basically the 10 shoes you buy, you could instead buy a house, but we'll discuss about how shoes are a better investment.
At least as good. We don't want to say better, at least as good.
If only Warren Buffett knew, right? He would be a...
Sneakerhead. What do you know about the sneaker market, briefly just working like around us?
Before I knew you or after?
Before
I knew you,
yeah.
they were a utility. I could walk in them. After a point, they would get worn out. I don't know if you've been in Bombay rains, as you have been. There's shit on the road, and after a point, after 6 months, the shoes become useless, and you throw them out.
Useless and throw them out?
Yeah, that's what I know about the
So it's money
market.
that you put into, and it just goes over time. It's used
they're
over time. Yeah, used over time, but it's an expense.
Correct.
That
They're like an underwear that you use and then you throw out, hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
What do you think of it now?
I'm still of the same mindset that you should use and throw it
From
out.
a functional perspective,
From a
purchasing perspective, you're still of the same mindset.
Correct.
So I mean, you yourself, like, I mean, you've seen going around here. You're not, I mean, you don't care that much for fashion, but you're always well dressed. Like, I'd say so myself.
I do not consider anything I wear as an investment.
No, but you're still well dressed. My point is, you care about
What you wear.
You
Care about what you
pay
wear.
attention to it, and you dress
Which
well.
were the
in my
shoes that
opinion.
we saw a while back? The one that you showed me on your phone, the shoes that you invested in?
The triple S.
If that is considered well dressed, then I
No,
am
so that's
in
what
a
I'm
different
saying.
page again altogether.
So there's two types of well dressed. So either fashionable or you just pay attention to
Okay,
what
fine.
you're wearing.
Thank you.
Consider you well dressed, what I'm saying.
Okay.
I've always seen Viman wearing Onitsuka Tigers in different varieties. I think they're super cool shoes. You dress well.
Sure.
My point is that you don't have to be into the industry or into this craze to be well dressed. But what we really wanted to discuss with you was we compare it to an investment.
Sure.
For our entire business, it's an investment. We run a portfolio where we're purchasing and selling, and we're entering and exiting on the daily.
Sure.
I think we're quite some shark-like traders ourselves,
Sure.
if I may.
But before we get into that, tell us what you understand of what we do. Anything.
So I have looked at StockX, and when I did see its valuation, I was amazed. And then I saw you guys doing the same thing in the market, so it was interesting. But yeah, I understand that you guys buy shoes, or you guys help in the resale of shoes. These shoes come out in a limited inventory created by Nike, so they create 100 of these, even though they create 100 every single day, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, so they try and give you that impression that it's a commodity and it's like a diamond and it's rare. And then you guys, some people buy it, then they use it, they sweat in it, they destroy it, they walk in Bombay roads, and then that increases the investment value of it, and then you guys resell it.
No, that doesn't increase the value. It's just
Sure.
that the value is increasing anyway.
Sure.
And because the value is increasing,
What's increasing the value?
The fact that they're not producing any more of them.
But they're producing different ones.
That doesn't change. So this
But
is
if
a specific identity.
if I want this
right?
particular one, and
Correct.
Nike retailers stop making this particular one,
Correct.
then the fact they don't produce anymore means that later I'm buying, there's a fewer new pairs available.
So you're comparing this to the diamond market, let's say.
We're comparing
diamonds,
this
let's say, is a
to-
rare product, right?
Exactly.
Let's compare this to vintage cars.
Okay.
There's fewer ones that are in good condition as time passes. So very often for good shoes, if the demand stays consistent, as in if the shoe still is looked at as, you're right, Nike's creating new ones every day, Adidas is creating new ones every day, everybody's like making new shoes every day. But some shoes just like, some pieces of art are just more widely appreciated.
Sure.
And as time passes, more people appreciate
So you're
them.
considering them as art.
Yes.
I definitely, I think art is a great space.
I think
to
I
place
would also
them.
compare it to art because people do buy sneakers and the people literally have sneaker showcases at home just that they have their art showcase at home.
that maybe I can come on the same page with, okay, that you consider it as art and don't use
Yeah.
it. But the fact that
If
somebody
people use it
uses
still,
it,
that
the
isn't
fact
bad.
that somebody uses it, similarly with all other products that are considered investments, so to speak. Your shoes are
Yeah.
not the same, right?
No, they can be. That's the thing. So you know that the same way with the piece of art.
Sure.
Now, if I take this piece of art and I rub it through the dirt and I walk through with it,
The value is
it's
gone.
It's not gone. It's just not as high as it was brand new.
Correct. So it
Of course,
depreciates.
it depreciates,
Right.
and
Sure.
same thing happens with shoes also.
Sure.
The second I try it on, it goes from DS as in dead stock
Sure.
to very near dead stock.
But doesn't that defeat the purpose of calling it an investment?
But
No,
that's the
because
thing.
it-
It's about how you want to use your money with it, right? Now, if I'm buying it to wear as well as make money, then that's what I do. So if I buy a shoe, if I'm lucky enough to get the shoe at $200, knowing that the shoe is going
That's
to
the
sell
retail
out
value.
and it's going to have a resale value. So if I buy $200, for example, another aftermarket price for a brand new shoe is $1,000.
Sure.
But I'm like, okay, fine, I can make $1,000 off this now, or I can also wear the shoe, also enjoy it, and then sell it for $600.
Sure.
How I choose to enter and exit the thing. I can even
Sure. So that's like buying a car, let's say.
Yes.
So let's say I'm buying a normal car,
Yeah.
Honda Accord XYZ, right? Eventually I can go and sell it on OLX,
No,
right?
that doesn't make it the same at all. I'll tell you why.
Sure.
Because a car is depreciating either way by having a second owner.
Correct.
The shoe is not. The shoe depreciates based on condition.
So I'm losing opportunity on aftermarket price, not on my retail price. So even though I'm not making as much as I should, I'm still making more than I spent on it, my initial investment.
Okay.
The point is the value
Anyway.
of the shoe is not damaged by the ownership. The value is damaged by, of course, condition,
the-
which is fair. Which is the same thing with cars, the same thing with art.
Correct.
It's not the same thing with a Honda Accord. It's the same thing with like a 1967 Jaguar or something like that.
You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what I'm talking about. Things I've heard in movies. I want people to talk about cars like this. Okay, but I want to make a direct comparison to the real estate market. Real estate gives an annual return of what?
Depends on the kind of real estate you're investing in.
Best case scenario.
If it's in the rental market, maybe 9 to 12% in that range. Yes, in an IRR perspective, in the sense that if you're calculating, let's take a 2 to 3% property appreciation over a period of time, not considering current market because it's been depreciating, and then you take in a market like Goa, where you can gain high rental incomes anywhere from 6 to 7,000, going all the way up to 25 to 30,000, depending on the size and the
That's per
location of
square
the
foot.
house.
I don't think our audience
Not-
understands.
Okay, yeah. So
The
it's
value is per.
not per square
Not
foot,
per square foot,
just the house value. But
Okay.
you're renting it out on Airbnb or XYZ.
But just property alone will give you about 7?
Just the property appreciating?
Yeah.
In today's market, 3.
3 or even worse.
Yeah, 3.
Let's look at.
I'm going to compare it to one of the popular sneakers of this year, yeah?
Sure.
It's a shoe that I'll show a picture to you in a bit. Retailed for about $175.
Sure.
And today, same shoe, released 2 months ago, June, right? So June 11th or something, I'm not really sure. Basically released in June.
Sure.
August 8th, today, it is worth $1,200. So it's a 565% markup.
Sure.
So how is that not an
And
investment?
going up and up and up. It's been 2 months. Now I could still buy the shoe now, and I know for a fact the shoe is never releasing again.
Sure.
And if I spend $1,200 on it now, I know at the end of the year it's still worth $1,500,
Okay.
which is another 25% markup
Okay.
in under a year.
Okay.
And if done consistently, do you see how this could generate value over time? If I look at multiple shoes and study their market regularly, don't even buy the retail price.
Sure.
I can tell by the quantity assessment, by the demand, by the supply,
Sure.
that this is going to go up over time.
I'll take you back to the most famous example, and I'm going to relate this exactly to that. Have you heard of the tulip bubble, so to speak?
No.
Tulips became highly valued, became possession, the property price, the value of those tulips kept going higher and
Yeah.
higher and higher after a period of time. Eventually, somebody realized that you can manufacture more of them, grow more of them, started a rip-off, maybe it wasn't the perfect tulip like the other one, and the bubble burst. Okay. Similarly,
Okay.
you have other bubbles like the housing crisis, the price went up,
The dot-com bubble.
any of them.
Yeah.
So since then, there have been hundreds more recorded. Now, why I see that as a perfect correlation over here is your target demographic. Why I think it's a bubble, or why I think that it's not an investment perspective is one is the person investing into it, and that increases the value. Is that the individuals who are buying your shoes, we spoke about it a few minutes before, is that they're 15, 16, 20-year-old on average. On average, I'm saying you have your outliers, but on average, you have your 15, 16-year-olds.
23.
18 to 25. keep it.
Yeah.
Let's say that. This market traditionally, unless you have the guys who are the dot-com beginners and they're investing in these shoes, I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the guys they're dependent on somebody else, right? The money's coming through somebody else.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? It's not their own personal money.
Yeah.
And that's what's really, it's it's a form of income that has no sense. Like these guys are just spending it. It's like your son, okay, give me 500 rupees, I go blow it off, your parents don't care. And these are the same kind of people investing into this kind of a shoe, right? And that's why I think that eventually two things will happen. One, people will grow up and they'll realize that this is shit, and their parents will stop them from purchasing these shoes. And that's why I don't think of it as an investment class, because I don't think you can resell it down in the future. And number two, I just think that after some period of time, this was just a fad that will die out. It's like a cryptocurrency, right? You invest into it, you know it's really risky, but I know I'll just sell it off and I get out at the right time.
But unlike crypto, this isn't volatile, right? The thing is that I know that if I have bought into a shoe, knowing that when at time of release there are 7,000 pairs released, for example,
Sure.
I know in the future there will never be more than 7,000 pairs released. So the reason why, another thing to
Why does limitation increase value? Why?
Because people,
why,
there's present demand. There just is demand.
why,
Okay,
based on
again,
fashion.
why does a limitation?
not every limited pair release increases demand, you're right, or increases value.
Sure.
But if it's a limited release, my worst case scenario is that I will get my initial money back. I mean, basically to break it down to you, let's take in a Kanye West, for example, right?
Sure.
He's a famous musician.
Sure.
Everyone knows him. He's revered worldwide.
Sure.
So now when he joins Adidas, and you're making a shoe with Adidas, automatically every Kanye fan, a hardcore Kanye fan, wants the shoe. So because it's part of him, it's part of whatever him.
Sure.
It's his design, it's his intellectual property. Now have that. And like Kanye now Adidas tells me, Kanye is making the shoe with us, but it's less in value. So if Kanye is a guy with millions of followers, millions of fans, assuming if he has tens of thousands of die-hard fans who want to buy the shoe,
Sure.
the shoe only releasing in 1,000 or 2,000 pairs.
Sure.
There you have your discrepancy.
The idea is it's not
demand,
single dimensional. It's not just the fact that it's limited.
So
There's
if-
also the
if-
fact of who you are, where it comes from, or the story.
So exactly, if today
it looks so nice.
now you say, because that just shows the kind of investments going into it, so doesn't count. But there are also adults now. We understand by the time I'm an adult, because I've been doing it since I'm a kid. Now I will know to continue investing in it because this is not going away.
Assuming you don't change your financial sense, that's basically what
But
you're saying.
I'm not saying
Assuming
this is not the only thing I will invest in, but it's obviously this can be an investment criteria for me as well, an avenue for me, because why not? I did it as a kid, and I know that they're not going away. Especially now with internet and accessibility, you see, if a musician goes viral in America, he can just easily go viral here. So if he releases a shoe in America, that has just as much potential in India.
Sure.
So obviously it's more so now than before, but it's all I'm trying to say, it's a new avenue.
So yeah, right now most people you talk to will tell you that we're in one of the worst, could be heading towards one of the worst global recessions.
Yeah.
What I like about your thing is that the guys who are investing
Are not affected.
Are not affected. And the reason they're not affected is because they're padded by their parents
Disposable
who are very affluent. Obviously, if you're investing 30 to 60 grand in shoes, that's what I like about it. Okay, so that's the one perspective I like about it. But I do not think of it as an investment because one, there'll be a limited number of those, because one, you're catering to 1% of the class. Let's say
Right.
the 1%.
Right.
Of the 1%, you're catering to their children primarily as a market, or the people who are not making their own income. And once you do start making your own income, I think people will go for safer investment class. I mean, for example, if you gave me $200 and you said invest in shoes versus another thing, which could be, let's say, Apple stocks are worth $200. Do I think that one stock of Apple trades at 200 or about 195 or whatever it is?
I mean, soon enough, even Amazon.
Yeah, so would I rather invest in Apple as a safety and investment also comes with a sense of security.
Right.
Would you? Okay. On the spot,
I get it.
on the spot, I'm going to ask you a very straightforward question. You have $1,000 to invest, okay? And investment is not only about return, it's about security.
Right.
Do you invest in shoes or do you invest in Apple stock? Really?
With that in mind, you know how I forget the term exactly now, but I'll tell you the concept. You know, there's people who buy stocks in the morning and sell in the same even
Day
before the
trading,
market
yes.
closes. Day traders,
Yes.
right? They do that while the risk is high, volatility is high, right?
Correct.
They do that. They invest huge in the morning and then they
Correct.
sell out a lot because they want that. They rather have that quick money and big numbers versus
Correct.
doing it over the long time.
Correct.
Similarly, if you give me $1,000 and you ask me, do you want money now or do you want money in the next 10 years?
Sure.
That's when I tell you, if I want money now, I'm going to be like, I'm going to buy a sneaker. Why? Because like I told you, this tab is called sneaker,
The
for
Apple
example.
stock's going to go up $5, $10, down $10, $5.
this year.
I don't care about making $200.
And I may not make it,
$10.
right? I may not make
Sure.
it. Day traders don't always make their money. So similarly, if you tell me $1,000 today, do you want money now? I'm probably going to go for a sneaker. I mean, I may not make it. That risk I take.
Then hypothetically, then let's
yeah.
take you're basically talking about risk and reward, right? You're saying this is very risky, so
High
I
risk,
can
high
come.
reward.
I'm saying if you want to take a risk, go and invest in 10 startups here. Are you telling me your shoes are going to give me a higher return than 10 shoes are going to give me a higher return than Oreo might have given me?
My second point here was Warren Buffett's biggest piece of advice to investors was buy stocks that are unaffected by market movements. I feel like sneakers fall into that category.
Yes. Exactly.
Buffett recommended buy Gillette because whether a man has a job or not, he's probably going to shave once or twice a week. He's going to buy a razor. My point was that I feel like sneakers are like that, and it's been proven to be like that since the time of its inception, which is in the late 80s, late 90s, when it started with Jordan wearing his own sneakers and people wanting them.
So
You know,
that's exactly
all
it. People
fish.
invest in all kind of crazy shit.
And I just feel like sneakers
think
can be a sustainable investment.
I don't think you should call it an
Let's
investment.
talk
I
about-
think you should call it
I think
a
we should,
fad. And
I think we
you
should
guys are
change
benefiting.
course.
Yes.
And why don't you find? In what way do you think this is sustainable? What is a good way to approach investing in sneakers?
Okay.
Encourage the audience.
Yeah, from that perspective, invest in the short term, get out very soon.
And it's a tax saver. It's a tax saver. There's not tax.
You're selling
because
everything
you're selling a
second-hand.
second-hand shoe, whether it's gone up in value or not. It's a tax saver.
You should tell Modi about that and include it in the next
I'm
budget.
not
Yeah.
interested in
Yes.
getting this through the budget.
Of course not.
Let's
we
keep
don't
this as
want to
far
be
out of
those
the budget
guys.
as
Yeah.
possible.
No,
Um,
okay. If you guys are buying these shoes for personal use, go for it.
Yeah,
It's
and as an investment, I'd also still say go for it. We
Yes.
have multiple investment opportunities opening up. You can DM us at Marketplace by Mainstreet. for all
Don't do
kinds
that.
of purchase
Don't do that.
opportunity.
I'll give you a better opportunity. Invest into the company. Okay. You'd rather do that. Would you rather own the shoes that StockX sold or own StockX?
But if they don't buy
Yeah.
the shoes now, there's not going to be any opening.
But yes, buy the
Please keep
shoes
at it.
now.
Buy the shoes
Buy
now,
the shoes now.
so you can invest in our pre-series A round. Okay, so to
Yeah.
conclude, play short-term games.
That's my
Get
point
in
of view.
quick, take advantage. Invest in property.
If you want to take a risk, go to a startup and invest in a startup. But
Yeah,
right
take
now,
a
if you
risk,
please
invest in
read about
startup.
what's happening in the economy, save your parents some money. They're having a hard time, no matter what industry they're in. Okay, please.
Just buy the lower ticket items.
You know, when your dad comes back at 8 o'clock at work, ask him what's happening at work instead of that you want new shoes. But yes, sorry, I don't think this is how you expected it
This
to
is
go.
not the propaganda.
This is fine. We
But
have no
what about-
expectations from how this is going
And
to
we're
go.
about all kinds of content. We're
Yeah.
going to let this go out as it is. Keep it natural and raw. Let your message carry through. Let's see what people think. If you still think buying shoes is a good idea for a personal expense and to look cool, you can hit us up.
Yeah, by the way, I'm not on social media, so if you guys
But
want to
you can
abuse me,
check
go
out
ahead.
you can check out Shareacre at shareacre.com if you're looking to buy a holiday home. Shareacre is absolutely cool. Makes it very accessible. It's a very cool, fresh concept in India. I think they're doing a great job. Follow them on Instagram at Shareacre.
Yeah.
Shareacre.
Perfect.
Also, us on Instagram at Marketplace by Mainstreet here, Mainstreet TV here, and that's about it. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about Ivan's opinions, extremely controversial opinions on our beloved sneaker industry. And be nice. We'll see you on the next one. Peace.